Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and on today's video I'll be telling you guys who I think are the top 10 teams and who could win the NBA Finals this season. Let's get this video started! The Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are coming off another good season last year, winning 40 games and losing 32 games on that campaign. They finished as the 6th seed last year. In the playoffs last season, they got swept in the first round against Milwaukee. That was a disappointing playoff appearance last year because they made the NBA Finals the year before against the Lakers. Since the beginning of the 21st century, they have made the NBA Finals 6 times and won 3 out of 6 appearances. The last time they did win an NBA Finals appearance was back in the 2012-2013 season when LeBron James was on the team. I suspect the Miami Heat will be a NBA Finals contender this season and could make their second Finals appearance in 3 years. The Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers had their best season in winning percentage of .681, and that's their highest winning percentage since the 2000-2001 campaign. Their record last year was 49 wins and 23 losses, and they finished as the best seed in the Eastern Conference. In the playoffs, they lost in the Eastern Conference semifinals against Atlanta Hawks in 7 games. There is some talk that Ben Simmons could be traded before the start of the season. If that happens, they could potentially not be as good as they should be, or it could be beneficial for both sides. So that's a pretty tough decision to make. I think that the Philadelphia 76ers will still be a NBA Finals contender with or without Ben Simmons this year. The Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets had another great season last year by having a third straight season with a winning percentage over .600. Their record last season was 47 wins and 25 losses, and they finished as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. In the playoffs, they got swept in the Western Conference semifinals against the Phoenix Suns. That was a disappointing exit for the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs last year because they were an NBA Finals contender and they went out like that. There is some talk that they might trade for Ben Simmons for Jamal Murray. I think that they should consider trading for Ben Simmons, but that depends on the cost of the trade. Both players have 4 years left on their current contracts. If they can get Ben Simmons for a decent price and not have to trade Jamal Murray to the 76ers, then they should do it. But if not, they should hold back. So I absolutely think that the Denver Nuggets will be a NBA Finals contender this season, and they could win their first NBA Finals title. The Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns had their best season in a long time last year. Their record was 51 wins and 21 losses, and they finished as the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. In the playoffs last season, they lost in the NBA Finals against Milwaukee in 6 games. That was their first NBA Finals appearance since the 1992 and the 1993 season. In the offseason, the Suns re-signed Chris Paul to a 4-year, $120 million contract with $75 million guaranteed. That's still expensive for a 36-year-old who, just a couple years ago, appeared to be declining. Players his age can't be counted on to maintain their productivity, but losing Chris Paul would have been tragic. He gives them a chance of staying in title contention this season. Devin Booker and Chris Paul are regarded as some of the best players in the NBA this season. I absolutely think that the Phoenix Suns will be NBA Finals contenders this season and could make back-to-back Finals appearances. The Los Angeles Clippers. The Los Angeles Clippers had their deepest playoff run in franchise history last year. In the playoffs, they played against the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference Finals, and unfortunately, they lost that series in 6 games. Their record last season was 47 wins and 25 losses, and they finished as the 4th seed in the Western Conference. The Clippers have some of the best players in the league this year. The bad news is that Kawhi Leonard underwent surgery to repair a partial tear in his right ACL on July 13th and is expected to be out for an extended period of time, and no one knows if he will play this season. That will be a significant blow to the Los Angeles Clippers this season, but they will still have Paul George to lead the team this year. I positively think that the Los Angeles Clippers will be a NBA Finals contender this season, but it will be a tougher road for an NBA Finals title this season. The Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors had a bounce-back season last year after having a dreadful season the year before. Their record last season was 39 wins and 33 losses, and they finished as the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Technically, they didn't make the playoffs last season, but they did play in the play-in game and lost both of those games to qualify for a playoff spot. Their last true playoff appearance came in the 2018-2019 season when they played in the NBA Finals that year. They have one of the best players in the NBA this season. Stephen Curry this season's on pace to pass Ray Allen on the top spot on the career threes leaderboard, and sits a hair above Steve Nash for the best free-throw percentage of all time. I suspect that the Golden State Warriors will be a serious NBA Finals contender this season and could win their first title since the 2017-2018 campaign. The Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz was the best team in the NBA last season with a record of 52 wins and 20 losses. Unfortunately, at the same time, it was a disappointing season because they didn't make the NBA Finals last year. In the playoffs, they played against the Los Angeles Clippers in the Western Conference semifinals, and unfortunately, they lost that series in 6 games. Their last Finals appearance came in the 1997-1998 season when they played against the Chicago Bulls. The Jazz have 2 of the top 25 players in the NBA this season. I do think that the Utah Jazz will have another great chance of being an NBA Finals contender this season. The Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee had their best season last year because they won the NBA Finals for the first time since the 1970-1971 campaign. Their record last year was 46 wins and 26 losses, and they finished as the 3rd seed in the Western Conference. In the NBA Finals last season, they played against the Phoenix Suns and won that series in 6 games. They have made the NBA Finals 3 times in franchise history, winning 2 appearances out of 3 times. Milwaukee has one of the best players in the NBA this season, and overall they have a tremendous roster this year. I absolutely think that Milwaukee will be an NBA Finals contender this season after winning it the year before. They could win their 2nd Finals title in a row. The Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets had their best season in winning percentage of .667, and that's their highest winning percentage since the 2001-2002 campaign. Their record last season was 48 wins and 24 losses, and they finished as the 2nd best seed in the Eastern Conference. In the playoffs, they played against Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and unfortunately they lost that series in 7 games. They haven't made an NBA Finals appearance since the 2002-2003 campaign. Brooklyn has one of the best rosters in the NBA this season, and they have the best player in the NBA this year. I absolutely think that the Brooklyn Nets will be an NBA Finals contender this season and will have the best chance from the Eastern Conference. The Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers had a disappointing season last year by not making the NBA Finals. Their record last season was 42 wins and 30 losses, and they finished as the 7th seed in the Western Conference. In the playoffs, they played against the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference first round, and unfortunately they lost that series in 6 games. Since the beginning of the 21st century, they have made the NBA Finals 7 times and winning 5 out of 7 appearances. The Lakers have a fantastic roster this season and have some of the best players in the NBA. So I absolutely think that the Los Angeles Lakers will be a favorite to win the NBA Finals this season and could win their 2nd NBA Finals appearance in 3 years. So those are the teams that I think have the best chance at the NBA Finals this year. Who do you think has the best chance at winning the NBA Finals this season? Join me in the comment section down below and tell me what you guys think. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that notification bell to be notified of new videos in the future. Please share this video with friends and family. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to just keep loving sports. I'll see you next time.